And hello. Yes, it is the Absolute Football Podcast. It is more football live. It's a watch along Tuesday. It's the Champions League, Los Campeones Ligios. It's the second leg of the semi-final. And I'm here with my good friend Grimmy to watch a bit of UEFA Champions League football this evening. So I will introduce him before any further ado. It is the wonderful Grimmy. How are you doing, my
Hello,
friend?
sir. I'm good. Yes, looking forward to this one. Champions League semi-finals are always tasty, no matter what the circumstances. And obviously, this one being a pretty tight one in the first leg, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes because I think it could go either way, toss of a coin. I don't think we're going to have a 9-goal thriller. It'd be nice if we did, but one of the greatest games in Champions League history. I don't think we'll get a part 2 of that. I don't think, unfortunately, today, but we'll have to wait and see. How are you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very excited for this game as well because I think it's on a knife edge. I think it's a very different game to last week's that we watched between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern. As you said, I think we hit the peak of watch-along excitement. We've had a couple of rocky ones. It was the history of the Absolute Football Pod was usually a pretty dire first half, and then we get a bit of entertainment. But this one just blew everything out of the water. We had a 9-goal thriller, and then we're also covering games from the National League Championship with goals in it as well. It was a goal fest. I think tonight's will be tighter, but I don't know, Grimmy. I've got a smell for some controversy tonight. I think there's going to be something controversial because and there'll be Arteta or Simeone kicking off about it afterwards. That's just my gut feel. Do you smell the air of controversy tonight?
Yeah, I do. I think it's one of those things. I think we know how well trained Atletico are in the dark arts, as they like to call it. Simeone will be begging for an early goal to sort of up the tension in the stadium, and then his players can sort of try and see it out, which we've seen him do in England before and across Europe before as well. Like he's not a rookie to this scenario. He's been to the Champions League semi-final a bunch of times. He knows how to get teams over the line into the final. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Arsenal if they're going to do it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But it does feel like there's some controversy coming. It's just which side of the coin it lands on, because again, we've seen it over the course of the season with Arsenal. They have the excuses ready and made. The grass was too long, it was too short, it was too dry. There was a different type of football than what we normally play with. So who knows? Who knows what could come out of them by the end of this match if it doesn't go their way?
It could be anything. But do you think that the context of it is a bit more intriguing? Because obviously yesterday's Premier League game, we have Man City dropping points against Everton. Okay, a bit of a comeback to rescue a point, but drop points nonetheless. Does that ease the pressure a bit on Arsenal for you with this one?
No, not necessarily. I don't think so. I think it's I think there's an expectancy for them to get into the final. I think with the draw that they had, I think regardless of what happened in the league, I think most of the Arsenal fans thought we probably should get to the final with this, especially with the squad that we've got, and they're like one step away from it. I think the pressure probably comes from what happens tonight going into the game at the weekend against West Ham. I can't remember. I think it's Sunday, isn't it? I think that's obviously kind of, for me, that's the one that makes or breaks the title. I think if Arsenal win that, I think it's theirs, because I just don't see them losing to Burnley, and I don't see them losing or dropping points to Palace either, because Palace could be in a European final themselves and will probably rest players for that. So yeah, I think this is the big week for them in terms of A, getting into the final, and B, really cementing the place at the top of the league, and making it theirs again if they can. But yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure coming into tonight because, again, we've seen them have a wobble and then it lead into other results. And if they have a wobble tonight and get knocked out, or there's, if Atletico come and beat them 2-3-0, I don't think that will necessarily happen. But if something like that happens, then the pressure just starts to build again after it's kind of deflated over the past couple of days. But momentum's a funny thing. It can easily switch quite quickly.
Momentum is a funny thing, Grimmy. You're absolutely right. And we welcome Luke in the chat. He supports Wellingborough Town FC. There you go. Bit of Wellingborough. Get in there. How was your season, Luke? Do tell us about it. I don't know what I've done here, Grimmy, but I am liking the way the comments are coming up with this style of whatever I've put on there. I'm enjoying that. That's a good little addition for tonight. That can maybe this is the new watch along font, Grimmy. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
This is the future.
Absolutely.
World Cup written all over it.
Yeah. This is an absolute accident on Sam's part, but it looks fantastic. So yeah,
sometimes the best things in life are the accidents that happen. And even to Simon as well, it gives me another opportunity to bring up the genius of the new graphic at the bottom. Look at that. That's something else for these watch alongs. And Graham, you can have it as well. Look at that.
Look at that.
Get a massive profile picture and as well as the comments. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Talking of things that are fantastic, we're about to make this a trio, a triple threat. Because Dan is here.
Finally.
The man that is Dan has arrived. We're knighting you, Sir Dan. Welcome to the pod.
I was wondering when that sword was going to come out.
This may not be the last time. Dan, how are you doing, my friend? You well?
I'm good, yeah. I'm not too bad. Just internet issues. Sam, as you well know, they are a pain in the butthole.
They are very
got to put 50p in the router, Dan. Did you not know this by now?
I did. Honestly, I've got my mum and stepdad currently downstairs pedaling on exercise bikes to keep it running.
Too right.
All is good.
Get them to earn the keep.
Go, man,
go. Washing up.
Pedal. This is what you have to do. It's what you have to do. This is the pain we go through for the joys of a watch along. But you looking forward to the season going down? Grim and I were saying we had the joys last week of Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, 9-goal thriller. We think we've hit the peak of a watch along. We're not getting 9 goals tonight, are we? Surely.
No, no, definitely not. I think last week said it all. I mean, you probably got every goal from this game in that game as well. It's got all the makings of a scrappy affair, hasn't it? Like you say, 1-1 from the first leg. It's going to start off very much both teams trying to work each other out. Nobody wants to concede first. Or then it could just go the opposite way. Once we get 1 goal in it, the floodgates open. You never know. That's football.
A scrappy encounter. It's like an advert for the podcast. Look at that. Something I need to get someone else to pedal hard on my end. I think. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. Who knows? I think it's Amazon Prime. Don't like these Amazon Prime games because it's just another thing to have to contend with for my joyful internet.
Got Netflix and chill, Amazon Prime and podcast time. You know what I mean?
This is it. It's a double. It's a double. And we get to welcome Dreety via the new. Look at the comments, Dan. Look at the size and the new graphic for the watch along comments. Isn't that exciting? We get the
quality.
Yeah, there we go. Dreety is here. All is well. Groomy's not enjoying the Groomy. You must be loving the love for the new graphic. Bob.
No, I am. It's the amount of enthusiasm for the comments, which is truly shining through, Sam, and I appreciate it.
I just love the comments from our people. So look at this is a massive comment. So look at that from Simon. Can't wait to talk about Coventry on here next season as we're replacing Burnley in the Premier League next season. Well, this is a Champions League watch along. Simon. So you won't be on this one. You will be on the Premier League, maybe the season after. But yes, the Premier League show. Dan can tell you all about the Premier League, can't you? And a manager change, Sam. We haven't seen you since it's all been going on with, we've had obviously Scott Parker's gone. MJ's in.
Been partying.
What's the future? What's the future looking like at Burnley, Dan?
I don't know. I'm hearing lots of different things. We're looking at a sporting director before we even think about bringing a manager in so that we can sort of try and do something there. But yeah, he wants the same sporting director working on Burnley and Espanyol. So you're not going to make that work. Jesus Christ, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, when are they flying over to Burnley for me? No, I'll stay here this weekend. It looks a bit drizzly November in Burnley. I'm all right in Espanyol, thank you.
Exactly, it's absolute madness. But hey, what will be. If it's Slippy G, it's Slippy G. If it's someone else, then it's someone else. But I'll back whoever comes in. Just like I said about Parker, but I didn't want him to begin with, and now I'm glad he's bloody gone. Yes.
gone and offed it. He's gone and offed it. Well, Grimmy, should we go back to this watch along? Have you seen the teams? Have you got the teams in front of you? I'm just about.
Yeah, I've seen the teams. I hope I've remembered them correctly. I think the stream's about to tell us the teams again as well, so that might coincide quite nicely. But yeah.
It is indeed. Well, I do have in front of me, so I can tell you that Arsenal are lining up with David Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. Rice with Lewis Skelly back in midfield, Saka, Eze, Trossard, and Victor Gyökeres up front. While Atletico have got Oblak, Pubil, they've got Lenormand, Hanko, Ruggieri, Ademola Lookman, Koke, Llorente, Simeone, Griezmann, and Alvarez. So it is a fantastic pair of lineups. And talking of fantastic, there's Shah. Straight in, ready for a watch along. Of course, smashed it with the non-league show yesterday. Absolutely. And Shah, let us know what you think of the new watch along graphics that Grimmy is loving, that I point out every time we bring a comment up, because they just look something else. And Grimmy can't wait to promote it everywhere because it's just different level. Different level stuff. So go on then, predictions. Dan, where's it going? Can Arsenal make the Champions League final, or will Simeone get across the line? I said to Grimmy, I've got a whiff of controversy here. I'm smelling controversy.
I think Arsenal will be up for it. I know it's completely taken away from what's happening tonight, but I think the players will, especially Eze. I think he's come out and said before that he's watched other teams in and around them. I think that watching them in the Premier League as well will give them some sort of optimism going into this one, with City dropping points. And like I say, I know it's completely two different competitions, but I think it will put a bit of fire in the belly to go on and go further in both comps.
Bit of seeing the confidence. And Grimmy, you'll be pleased to know that Shah is loving the new graphics, which you can see now down below on the screen. There you are. Grimmy. Are we going? Are you think Arsenal across the line? Are you thinking Atletico across the line? Where are you falling?
I think Arsenal should get this over the line. I'm gonna say though, I think we go to extra time.
Oh,
I think we might go the distance here. I think it might be like a 1-1 or a 2-2 in the game. Because I think if Atletico have a quick start or even have a couple of chances early, I think Arsenal will kind of go back a bit. I don't think it'll necessarily go that way, but I do think Atletico have got a lot of tools a lot of ways to hurt Arsenal. Different ways of playing, dark arts, like I mentioned before. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-2, I think, and then we'll see what happens in extra time.
2-2. Imagine the scenes. Graham saying there, of course, Ademola Lookman, Charlton Academy graduate, in Champions League semi-final. He's indeed. And Simon says that Arteta will complain about the length of the grass at full time, which, considering it's his grass as well, he should have absolutely no complaints. But we need to time up, Grimmy. Where are you at with your clock, Dan? Where are you at with your times? I'm on 28, 29, 30.
I'm on 40.
Grimmy, how are you so far ahead? What's it like in the future?
Still 0-0.
Still 0-0.
See, that's pretty good because I ain't even kicked off yet.
Dan is in the past.
If a goal comes in, tell me. I'm jumping on Skybet.
Imagine. Graham's on 115. All right, look at the competition going in. I'm miles beyond Grimmy.
Right, I'll stop on 115 then.
You stop at 115. I'm
you
on
tell me when you get to 115.
107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115.
There we go.
Back together. We should be okay because as of yet, Spenny Van Chris isn't here to give us the video watch-alongs of the game that we're watching. So at the moment, we're unspoiled going in. I do like Atletico's away kit, I must say. I've always been a fan of an Athletic kit. I used to have a beautiful, it was a light blue one. And I wish I'd never had to part with it because it was an absolute beauty.
Yeah. The hopeless football romantic in me kind of hopes Atletico goes through tonight to maybe get Griezmann and Simeone that Champions League together for one last run that they're having together. But yeah, it's going to be tricky for them. I think it's going to be difficult.
When you consider as well how close Athletic got over the years as well.
Yeah.
A couple of, I always remember that final. Was it Sergio Ramos scored in the
last minute,
dying seconds to take that to extra time against Real Madrid?
I do remember it fondly. It was a good final.
It was a beauty. And there you go. Look, Graham, to confirm, although I'm ahead, I'll provide no spoilers so you can react live to whatever happens. Isn't that lovely and gracious of Graham?
Unlike Spenny fan Chris last week.
Yeah, there's been a goal. No.
What are you doing?
What are you doing to me? It's coming. I can see it. So as expected, we have Arsenal in possession. Atleti sitting in. I think this is the pattern for the game, set early.
Yeah, I was seeing before that
apparently watching Arsenal Atletico Madrid. I've just seen Kevin Keegan say that he's still fighting for this title. How far back I am.
They've got to go to Leeds, and I'd love it.
Just before we went live, I'd seen that Atletico have already put a complaint into UEFA about the about some sort of incident outside the hotel today. I don't know what happened, but the fans that are fireworks early hours of Tuesday morning. So that's what Atletico have been complaining about to UEFA.
Outrageous behaviour. Anything to try and get an advantage, eh? Unbelievable. It might depend where they stayed, Grimmy, you see.
Maybe they're just having a late night fireworks spectacle for no reason.
They're like, Dan, it's firework day.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lisa's retirement party. We'll do some fireworks.
Yeah. On the Tuesday.
It's 2:00 in the morning, guys. Lisa went home at 5.
On a bank holiday Monday evening.
Yeah.
Unbelievable scenes. Graham says that's just standard London. Fireworks every night.
I do find it interesting though that he's gone with Lewis Skelly in midfield instead of Zubamendi. Seems to have got a bit more faith back in Lewis Skelly recently.
He did that at the weekend, didn't they? I thought, having last few I've seen, Zubamendi's looked a little bit jaded and performances have dropped, and he's not got other options. Lewis Skelly's fresh and almost forgotten about, wasn't he? Because the way Calafiori's come through. I think he was a regular in the side last year, particularly in the Champions League. But not at centre midfield either. So big night for him. Big night for Declan Rice alongside him as well.
Oh, huge, yeah. I mean, it's a big night for everybody, but I think as well, the thing I like about Lewis Skelly is he will put the ball forward. He's not going to just pass it to the side and, Zubamendi's more of the defensive player, isn't he? He's more the one trying to get the ball back than he is doing anything else. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Big game for him. He's obviously played quite a lot for Arsenal, but still a huge game for someone so young.
It is a massive game. Simon's always wondered, how do people find out where the team is staying?
Well, it'll be friend of a friend, probably. Insider knowledge.
Oh, once one of them knows. Once one knows, everybody knows.
It'll be Lisa working the bank holiday shift saying,
yeah,
right, we need to get some revenge on these guys. I should have been off today.
They're at the Premier Inn. I've just seen Lenny welcome them in.
Yeah. Oh, what time are you guys on kicked the ball away. Why is he kicked the ball away?
Oh, I'm on 5:50, Dan. Have you kicked off yet?
Yeah, I'm on 5:15. I've got a bit closer.
You're catching up. Yeah, he's pulled back. Here's 8. Antoine Griezmann, aging like a fine wine.
You wouldn't think he's 35, would you?
Wouldn't would you? He seems like he's been around for so long.
But he has, though. He's been around for a while. You think of all the clubs he's played for as well. Like, he obviously going to Barca.
And he's been at Atleti for a long time as well now.
Didn't him and David Villa play together for a while?
It would have been at Atleti, I think, yeah. But it's like he's never won. But weirdly for Griezmann, the 2 times they've won the title with, I think it was with Simeone, he wasn't there, was he? He wasn't there every time, I don't think. Which is mental.
I think you're right. I just remember that first one. Was it Godin, the centre back, used to score like every week? He was
Diego
like,
Gordon, yeah.
like their Gabriel, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All chance.
Here comes Alvarez.
All over the top. Alvarez. No one. Oh, they got a shot away.
That wasn't Alvarez. That was someone else. Alvarez was on shooting.
Alvarez was the one coming onto it. It was slightly behind him, but he got a shot just past the post. And there we are. Spinny Fan Chris is here with his Vidi printer is offline. He's confirmed tonight. Scotland Vidi printers are okay. It's just this game would be.
Yep.
Well, where are we at time-wise now? I think I've gone a bit closer.
7:30, 7:31.
Yeah, definitely not.
We've just kicked off, Sam, have we? But yeah.
I've only just seen the Alvarez.
Alvarez. Look at Simeone on that touchline. It's like every pass.
But they're as bad as each other, though. Him and Arteta are very much in the same cloth in that regard. Like, the touchline box is not something that either of them really stick to.
Did you see the clips from last week? And I very much enjoyed seeing Steven Gerrard destroy Martin Keown a couple of times on commentary, including it was like, wow, Simeone's this, that. And he's like, Arteta does it. Arteta does it, Martin.
Yeah.
Well, he's not as good at it. Right, that's not my point, but okay.
Yeah.
Arsenal strike. Oh, over the bar. Should have gone wide there, surely. Calafiore.
I mean, that's the big thing as well, is that I think with Atletico having likes of Griezmann and Koke in there, people who've obviously Oblak and goal as well, people of experience. I know Arsenal players have obviously been doing quite well the past few seasons, but they don't necessarily have that one that's been over the line a couple of times to get there. I wonder if that'll play a factor as the game goes on. The longer it goes on and it stays like tied, does that play into their hands a little bit more? I don't know.
Experience, someone to take the scruff of the neck, take the moment. Could do. I don't know. With Atleti though, I mean, as long as it's like this, you're happy. I think you just they're not going to push too hard. They're going to keep this tight, and they're a team that have kind of based themselves on taking moments, soaking stuff up, and then managing a game pretty well. But
yeah.
I was going to say, do you think Atleti are the ones that probably, if they're going to get anything, it's going to be on the counter?
Yeah, it'll be a transitional error or something they'll look to pounce on.
I think it'll be that or a set piece, yeah, ironically, against Arsenal.
And so Chris says, how are you? He's giving some love to Graham. He says, how are you, Sam, Grimmy and Dan? Well, I'm good. Can't speak for Grimmy and Dan. I'll let them speak for themselves, but I'm doing good.
Very well. Especially with the new comments.
Spenny Fan Chris hasn't yet noticed. Look at the watch along comment style.
Oh.
Do give your thoughts on the new watch along comment style underneath in the comments, and we'll bring them up again. Should again appreciate the comment style. And things that we do appreciate. Graham, of course, is about to eat a whole pack of French fancies. So there you go. The football.
What a night Graham's having.
He's going nuts. It's Champions League semi-final night. Got some Griezmann always over here too.
So are you eating first then, Graham? Mbappe, Pogba.
Oh, dear me.
Dembele. Griezmann, since he's on your screen.
Goal
tackle.
No! You'll get there, Dan.
That was dramatic. That was dramatic. I think, was it Rice with the tackle?
Yeah. Was that out of corner?
Worked it well down the right-hand side. Griezmann pulls it back. Parried out by Ryan. Yeah, Rice.
Yeah, that's a corner, isn't it?
It's got to be. It's good defending. No.
Oh no, it's not. It hit the. I thought it hit Raya from the first angle.
Okay. Huge comments. Yeah, huge comments indeed. This is maybe only going to be watch along friendly. These comments, but they could be World Cup friendly. Talking of the World Cup, that's why Simon doesn't like Simeone, because he got Beckham sent off. He did. He very much did.
I forgot about that moment, to be fair.
And that for me is when people when they're talking about Beckham and well, I'd never felt he got the respect he deserved for how good he was at the time.
Yeah.
That season afterwards, the treble winning season, he was phenomenal considering what happened to him, the summer, the public.
You want the treble? I'm not that far ahead yet, Sam.
You're not. You're back in the. Is it still called the European Cup where you're from, there, Dan?
I've just punched a wall because I've just seen Blackburn win the Premier League. It's just not. It's not something that. It's just not a good day.
Just see Mike Newell on the open top bus parade. It's too much to handle. Colin Hendry with his locks in the wind. Yeah, Beckham was fantastic that season. It almost inspired him, and yeah, the hate he got was awful.
There were a lot of crap though, weren't there? Because at the time, I think I did not just started going out with Posh, and then he were like leaving trading to go jump on private jets to go meet her in America and all this stuff. And
it was a couple of years before, I think, wasn't it? And it started to
just spiral a bit.
I think at that stage it was sort of it was super public, wasn't it? Ferguson was never he wanted to kind of keep everything as much as in control, and that was something I think for him. He was like, "This is out of control. This is a world that is way away from the football." I mean, he made it work. He certainly made it work for himself after his playing career's ended, because he's not done bad for himself, the lad.
What's the update on Fergie? I know obviously went to hospital, didn't he, the other day?
Yeah, and they said it wasn't serious. Is he out? I've not seen. Is he out of hospital? Have you
sure.
seen anything, Grimmy?
I haven't heard anything. Just that it wasn't a serious thing. It was just precautionary. But that's the last thing I saw. So I'm assuming, as of now, at the moment, everything's okay.
Hopefully so. Intriguing first 15 minutes, as expected. Not an awful lot to kind of speak about. Atleti with a couple of half moments, but tense.
Yeah, Arsenal not really getting it forward that much. They're sort of working it around well, but I think Atletico have been the one that have kind of, obviously with that the half chance for Alvarez getting into the box early on, and then the one where it deflected out for the goal kick. I think those have kind of been the two best moments attacking wise for either team.
The standouts so far.
It seems Arsenal are struggling to get a bit of a foothold in it, aren't they? They're almost just passing it around the back, which you can be very prone to, the way Athletic like to press.
Yeah, you can get stuck in, because it's just said 74% ball position, but no, again, it's as you said, Dan, it's just the easy pass probably at the moment to avoid the press. They got pressed there and got caught. Ben White's coming from behind, foul to free kick to Atleti, gone long.
Oh, I've got a bit closer. Ben White's just signed for Arsenal, man.
Yes.
Jack Wilshere just retired.
Oh, trouble. Corner to Arsenal.
First of many, I would expect.
This is where the threat is. It is more of a traditional watch-along first half this game. Yeah, we're not expecting the goals of last week. But the stakes are high. The stakes. Well, your French fancies for you, but maybe you had a stake there. Which French fancy are you leaving to the end, Graham? Is there a favourite? These are sort of questions, you see, this interaction with the chat that you get on the Absolute Football Podcast. We ask you your favourite foods. Don't get this on gold.
Because food only ever really gets brought up on watch-longs. I don't really remember it being brought up on a normal podcast week. Or maybe I'm just missing the chat half the time. I don't know.
No, I suppose it's the watch-along format, isn't it? Because when we're in the show there's a half there's a half plan kind of going on where we're getting to, and there's a lot of football to chat about usually. So we kind of now and again we get there. Thursdays it gets there. Oh, he peeled round the back and Saka shanked it. Graham's left the yellow one. He leaves
To
the
be
yellow
fair,
until last.
I have to agree with him.
The yellow one is last. Saka peeled around the back for that corner, but didn't get hold of it at all. Atleti survive corner number 1.
To be fair, I think the only time I really have French fancies is when I'm on a buffet.
A buffet.
Yeah. Buffet.
Buffet. Buffet the
Buffet.
Vampire Slayer.
I was going to say. That's why Sam's got his sword to hand, just in case.
Buffet.
Silly. It cracks me up. I just keep catching him at the corner of my eye at the bottom, and he's just like a crazy shaky hand man running down the touchline.
Yeah, he's got better fitness than half the Arsenal squad, probably.
Isn't he? The miles he must cover.
He's got a nice, lovely balding patch there as well. I know he does well to cover that up from the front angle. Simeone. I can say that as a follically challenged man. You guys can just enjoy yourselves.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting myself in any bother.
So that's
Saka
Saka
with the
ball
ball
in.
in.
Defended. Edge of the box. Arsenal trying to get a shooting space. Shoots. Ooh. Yeah, a bit wide.
Not a bad effort.
Gabriel hit it well. Caught it well. This all came. Lovely little run from Saka. Dummy to go back. Cut round the outside. Ball back. And was that Griezmann? Griezmann with a foot in. And then dragged from Gabriel wide from about 25 yards.
But just look at all those Atletico shirts sitting behind, like barely any room to breathe. Like it's going to be a struggle. I think it's going to take a bit of magic to get through that. I think
it's going to be a tough ask. Tough ask indeed. I am looking forward to tomorrow night's game as well, based on last week.
Yeah,
I won't be watching along with that, sadly, because the women's football show, of course, is the Wednesday show. So, you know, we have to give them their slot because there's plenty for them to talk about. But I may well be watching that match as well.
I'll be playing tennis tomorrow night, so
you're going for a bit of tennis here, Grimmy. A bit of
Songlay, you know.
Songlay or Doublé?
Probably singles.
No, just two slightly battered, please, love.
Grass, clay, or hardcore?
I think it'll be clay.
Oh, Clay, look at you. Clay court season.
Yeah.
Start calling you Roland, Mr. Garrosh. Hello, Mr. Garrosh.
Need to find me tennis shoes, actually. I need to pull them out.
Yeah, you need those. Do indeed.
Where are we at time-wise?
I don't know. It's showing a replay.
Oh, that's not a foul, is it? Surely?
20:47.
Oh, so we're about 30 seconds behind now.
We've got a tennis shambles this weekend for me because it is the second match of my league season. We won the first match, 5-3 in rubbers, so you get 4 mixed matches and then 2 men's, 2 ladies doubles. You play twice on the day. But this weekend is the first because I play in the B team. Our A team is starting their campaign, and they've nicked half our bloody players. So we have to go out with not just a depleted squad. We cannot field a full team of ladies.
Oh,
so
nice.
We're going down there already 2-0 down because we've got to forfeit the first 2 matches. So there is no room for error this weekend. We're in Miracle Street already. Absolute Miracle Street.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have anything like that happen because we have to nominate our players and they stay in the teams for the season
That's
generally.
good. Yeah.
And you can only play I think it's you can play up twice, and then if you play up more than 2 times, you have to essentially go up into that team.
Yeah.
It's to stop obviously if the third team got to a title decider at the end of the season, us just throw it all the first team in and going, there you go.
We had that last season. We played a C team, and they put all of their A team players that had just come back from university, their Premier League.
Yeah.
And I was warming up with this guy again. So what's happening here?
Where were you 4 months ago?
What is this? We're just loaning Erling Haaland to the League Two, are we, for a minute or two? Okay, see how this goes.
Okay,
but yeah, ours is the same. But it's the other way round. So if you play, once you play at a level, you can't go below it. If you play 2 or 3 matches. But yes, it's going to be I was like, surely. So if you're a female out there who can hold a tennis racket, who's anywhere near the Southampton area, just let us know. There's an opportunity.
There's a spot for you.
There was an opportunity.
You do really get a bit of everything in watch alongs, don't you? You get French fancies, you get Kevin Keegan still fighting for the title, and then you get Sam's tennis league advertisement.
Tennis opportunities. Graham wants a French Open wildcard, Grimmy. Just see you there. Oh, Declan Rice charging down the left wing. Can he pick a pass? No, blocked away. Oh, Rice is giving the biggest the crowd. He's pumped. Skins Griezmann.
Yep. Very well.
Well defended though by Llorente.
I hate when players do that.
What
the whole lifting on, especially 20 minutes. It's like when people do it first couple of minutes into a game. It's
with a tackle.
How about do something of significance and then they might start. I get it. Last 10 minutes, if you're trying to get yourselves over the line or you're holding on to a lead or something like that. But maybe I'm just a miserable Grinch. I don't know.
I guess it's just, the one thing about when you're at home for me is that's where you've got to use all the advantage you can. And typically against some European sides, and I would imagine that the atmosphere, chance, straight through the 6-yard box. I imagine that the crowd and Atleti last week for the Arsenal players were quite heavy. So you were like, right, we've got to get this crowd up behind us. And if it does dip a bit, that's when you need to interact with them or give them something. As you say, if you're not giving them something, but you can get a reason. To do with Skelly had turned his man and just no one in that. Oh, yeah, but no one.
It's a lovely ball. You just need someone getting in there, and
it's tough to see where else he could have played it really, because Atleti had defended that fairly well.
Yeah.
So Gabriel's on that back post.
Just absolutely go for it and just put a foot in and hope for the best.
They are knocking on the door, though, Arsenal, aren't they? Like I say, it's a good turn by.
They've started to.
Skelly.
Starting to get in better areas with the ball.
Could have just done with someone, like you say, Jokeris at that back stick, really, in place of Gabriel, who was a bit far out.
We do have some video printer, but from the Scottish Championship playoffs, Alloa 1, Airdrie 0, Queen of the South 0, Stenhouse Muir 0, and in Scottish League 1 playoff, Clyde 1, the Spartans 0, and Forfar 0, Hamilton Ackies 0. There's always wherever you look. There's always a bit of football. Talking of Scotland, what a winner by Big Shanks. What a winner by Big Shanks at the weekend. What a goal.
That was quality.
What a dream. What a dream.
I thought, is it the former Everton striker? Is it Cherokee or something at Rangers? I thought he were going to bag in dying minutes. Narrowly wide. But do you know what? Fair play to Hearts. We're the first team to win title in 66 years, I think it is. Something like that.
They got Celtic on the last day or something.
Last day,
yeah. So they need to make the advantage count.
Yeah. I think what is it, 3 points gap? So just need to keep going, don't they?
Yeah.
Some excitement in Scotland. And then not only that, they've got the World Cup coming up as well. They've got McTominay and Big Shanks to rule the world.
I know it would have been interesting to be in Scotland for the first game, because I think the atmospheres in and around the country would have been unbelievable.
It's how long it is since they've been in it. I do remember as a kid that was not my first real World Cup. I remember the '94 World Cup, like just the fact that there was a World Cup, and I didn't really understand what it was all about at that point. But by '98, I was well into everything. I just remember that Brazil-Scotland opener.
Yeah,
John Collins scored a penalty, if I'm not mistaken, in a 2-1 defeat to Brazil, and now they're playing Brazil again, like 28 years later.
I do think that they have a decent chance of getting through Scotland if they get a result against Morocco or Brazil. I think there's definitely a chance they could squeak it through. With
this new format with the third teams, like they've got, because you've got Haiti in their group who, say by the sounds of it, are just going to set up defensively and just try and peg themselves in.
Frustrate people, yeah.
The one for me in that group, because funny enough, that's the group I've previewed so far, Grimmy, in my prep for World Cup, so I know a little bit about the old Group C. The style of Morocco, South Scotland could be intriguing because Morocco aren't expansive. They're a good team, and they're very good, and they're very dangerous for anybody that plays against them quick transition. But some like Scotland are going to try and sort of hit you and react, aren't they? Morocco are the same. That one could be tight. But the way that format is, you just have to get if they can. The thing is, this is Scotland all over. They'll battle really hard sometimes, and I could see them battling against Brazil, having a real kind of. I can't remember if Haiti's the second or the third game, but then like drawing that game or something silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible. I think they've got weapons. Do you know what I mean? Like McTominay can pop up and get a goal. How many times did he score for Scotland and Napoli last season and during Scotland's qualifying campaign? And, you know, it's not a Scotland of old where you think, oh, this is all sort of Scottish Premier League's best, where, you know, they're going to struggle against maybe some of the bigger clubs. They'll be able to give anyone a game, I think, up and down the rankings. So, yeah, be interesting to see how they do. I was just going to say, Atletico had a bit of a breakthrough there, but didn't really make the most of it, and now just holding onto the ball a bit, slowing it down.
Getting a bit of position. Graham's Mexico 86. That was close.
Black.
Almost a goalkeeping shambles. As now left worked it well. They're at the right hand side. Griezmann on the edge, knocked it back. Turned back beautifully. Block. Offside. Offside.
Yeah, I did think that was offside.
Got some dangerous position there, though.
Yep.
The first time ball. Griezmann, that was a real nice little space he was in there. Just drifted off of Declan.
I just wondered if he could have just took it that sort of step to his side and then just hit a bit of a curler shot there, Griezmann. But maybe that's just me playing clubs too much. I don't know.
That's just the trust you've got in your right foot, Grimmy. That's what that is. That's the confidence. Confidence of the more. More goals in the Scottish playoffs. Stenhouse Muir have beaten Queen of the South. And Hamilton have beaten Forfar. There you go. As Zach comes into the chat, so I hope you're doing well, Zach. Good to see you this evening. Hope all is well with you. Half an hour in, and it's 0-0, and slight moments either side, but
yeah, it's the tenseness of a semi-final second leg, isn't it? It's
don't want to give anything away. No, I don't want to give anything away.
I'm waiting for Luckman to get in this game, to be honest, because he's been very. Yeah, I mean, since he's gone to Atletico, he's been a real danger for them in any game. So, yeah.
Seems like Atletico are trying to attack the opposite side to Luckman, though, aren't they? They're trying to utilise their left-hand side.
Look,
Sorry, the right-hand side.
He's tried to pinch it a couple of times, but he's not quite got in front of Arsenal to do it yet. So he's getting caught in that kind of no man's land. He's not quite timing it right at the moment.
Yeah, Simeone not wanting any of that Ben White smoke this week.
Don't walk on the badge. Take your shoes off. Don't walk inside. Take your shoes off at the mat. This is my house. I'll switch to the box. Saliba, yeah, look at all of those athletic shirts back, defending the box. Simeone 101.
But this is why they're so successful, though, because they're so well organised.
So well drilled. It's going to be tough to play through.
Yeah. But
have to get it wide and then get the moments. Ben White, no, goes to cross, cuts back, left-footed cross, over hits it, but coming around the back. Edge of the box, Calafiori chance here. Deflected cross up, and Black's got it in his hands. Now Gabriel's got a sprint back. They are direct with that. Straight out to Griezmann.
Go.
Over the top. Didn't quite have enough on it. Saliba cut it out.
It is quite a short front three for Atletico, isn't it? It's not the tallest.
It's not a lot of height, is there? No. Not a lot
Can't
of
just ping a ball box to one of them. I know he's got Soloff on the bench, though, who does chip in with a few goals.
Does that job for him. You've got to have somewhere in your selection of attackers in the squad the tall lad. You've got to have a tall lad in there somewhere. You're always going to need a tall lad. There's always a time for a tall lad.
Yeah.
Got to get stuck in.
It's just I always think
Veggles, if you will, Dan. There's always room for Veggles.
Jesus Christ.
I was thinking Fellaini, to be fair, but
maybe if a light bulb needs changing on the top of the stands, yeah.
I think he'd struggle with that, to be fair.
Oh,
that's not a penalty.
No.
Get up, Trossard.
He's not even claiming that much, is he?
As soon as you said Trossard, I could tell it probably wasn't a penalty.
Deflected, wide.
You're not getting a handball for that. Behave yourselves.
He says, go away. Corner.
Well, what Joker is about a minute ago as well, dropping to the floor like a sack of shit. It's just... It's like, behave yourself.
No, but that's what they're going to do, though, aren't they?
They want a moment. This is Arsenal look for moments in games, don't they? They take a moment, and if there is the opportunity to try and get it, they're gonna do it. They're gonna go down.
I've just seen that Trossard incident now. Like it's just very weak, very weak.
Just felt the touch.
To be fair, the referee's been very firm on everything, hasn't he? He's not second guessing himself, and he's making the right decisions.
Yeah.
And that was never a handball, that one either. He's turned his back, and it's kind of, he's got his arm in here, it's his shoulder. It's about 3 reasons why. Pink boots. This guy's got pink boots.
Get him off.
The sack of pink boots.
Man at same colour as referee's shirt.
Bright blue.
Proper bright blue hair.
Bright blue. I used to have a lovely pair of orange, I think it was the Venoms.
Oh, nice.
They were.
Edge of the box was blocked. I used to have the total 90s, the dark blue and silver. It was kind of a half and half. Oh,
yeah, it had the silver 90 bit at the heel.
Yeah,
they were classic.
It had like it was down sort of the foot, the top of the foot was beautiful. I scored a hattie in those. Then they went in the box. That might have been their last ever game. Actually, retired after that game.
I remember getting my first pair with little like flap over the top over the top of your laces. You put it under your shoe with the elasticated part. And I felt like, oh, that's it. I'm pro now.
Yeah.
These boots are a dream. I scored a hattie. The third goal was from the halfway line because we were playing bottom of the league and they were on their third choice goalkeeper because the other two had gone off and this guy was about 3'2". I was feeling good because I already scored twice and it just bounced off. I thought, what the hell? This guy was about I don't know why he was 10 yards outside his box, but I don't think he even made it back to the penalty spot by the time it sort of like floated over his head.
Incredible.
Well, I turned around, because my mum and dad used to come and watch us for the adulation of your dad at that moment, and he was watching a fight on the other pitch, kicking off somewhere else. Greatest goal I've ever scored, and he's watching two guys lampel out of each other. I was like, fair enough. If I was watching, I probably would have. There you go. Look, we've got boot chat. Zach had the Ronaldinho white with gold trimmed tempos. Had some stinkers before that, but parents weren't too keen on spending big money. Some of the boots then got silly, didn't they, price-wise?
When I used to play 7-a-side back in my 20s, all those years ago. I remember there was a guy that used to play it, and he used to spend like 150 quid, 200 quid on his boots. He'd get like proper professional ones. And he used to think he was the proverbial dogs, And I had like a 40 quid pair from Sport Direct. It was like there was a black night pair with like a pink trim around the outside. Simple but nice. No, nothing too snazzy. And then this ball comes up in the air, and this guy's just charging at me. And I know he's going to want to take me out as soon as I get the ball. Ball comes up, and I just see his legs are wider than the River Nile. Puts it through, walk around him, put it top corner. I was like, oh, it's the greatest moment of my footballing career. And he's absolutely raging. I was like,
he's raging.
And I was just like, yeah, that's what 200 quid boots gets you. Just like.
Grimmy's got his boots off, kissing them up to the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Living the dream.
You're talking to a guy here who ran around on his sports day in high school in a pair of like £10 Lonsdale trainers from Sports Direct. So it wasn't about the equipment for me. It was about the quality of the feet that were being used.
Pure talent
And the skill. To be fair, I used to have I think I had a Sports Direct, and it was that all sport. I had all sport. And it was a classic pair. I used to call him. There was a guy called Uluay Basturk who used to play for Leverkusen because he was Turkish. I was like, yeah, these are the official Uluay Basturk trainers.
They still do a lot of work with rugby teams, don't they? I think
they've moved more rugby now. Yeah.
You
used to get them. Remember Diodora? They used to sponsor some of the non-league sides as well. Mm-hmm. Diodora. Graham wants to know where's the QR code. Graham, you ask and you will receive. There it is. Look. If you have a little gander at that, you can buy a mug or several, whatever floats your boat.
I don't know if you get this with tennis though, Sam. Do you get it where people turn up at tennis and have all the gear but no idea?
Yeah, it's their first session and they've already spent like 600, something like that. And you get the ones in the group and they're forever changing rackets, talking about rackets, switching rackets. Or I tried this one, it's not this, that, and the other. And then you watch them play and you're like, it's the same player.
Yeah. I've had people who are like, oh, I spent 200 quid on this racket this week. I was like, all right, we'll go play. And then we win the game, and I'm like, was that £200 well spent? Was it? And he goes, well, how much was yours? Like 50 quid. Like, I'm not buying 200 quid rackets off the shelf. Like, it's pointless. Like,
I've only just now, having been playing,
for the county. Like,
I can't remember how long I've been playing now. Probably 10 years.
It's been that long.
It's been that long. I've had the same racket, and then I got the opportunity to say I needed a backup one because when your strings, etc., go.
Yeah.
My parents said, I will get you one for your birthday if you want. I was like, I bought the same racket again. So I got exactly the same racket.
Well, if it works,
This was the first time this year I've got a new one. Just wanted to try something a bit different. And actually, this one's a little bit lighter and getting on with it. Yeah.
Still waiting for a new shoulder though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's possibly where the shoulder came in. That's just it. I never got a shoulder injury with my old racket.
Yeah. Well, when I first went back to playing badminton again, when I decided my 7-a-side career was done, I went back in with like my old high school racket, which the strings were barely holding on for themselves, and the racket handle was like half eroded away from years of not being used. And everyone was just looking at me like, who's this pillock that's just walked in? And I was just like, if you're not restring your racket, and I was like, I didn't know you could restring your racket. I didn't even know that was a thing. This is like 10 years ago when I was getting back into badminton. So like now I'm just like, But yeah, just the epitome of not knowing what's left or right in his sports equipment.
Honestly, I love tennis, but I just can't be. Everyone's like, so what tension have you got? I was like, well, it's kind of tense. It looks kind of tense. What do you reckon?
The first time I got my racket restrung, he was like, "What tension do you want it?" I was like,
a decent one.
What? Like, what would you recommend? 27. We'll go with that then.
Yeah. What should I have? Yeah, it sounds good to me. Let's crack on with that. Knock yourself out. I was just when I first started, I still have my Dunlop racket from school, which is about 10 quid. And so I turned up where they do the official rating to sort of rate how good you are. And literally the handle fell apart of my hand. Oh, almost through. No, they just about got away with it. But this thing, it had literally the head was like this big. It was like one of those novelty sized tennis rackets almost. And I used to call it the volley machine. It was Big Bertha, was my nickname. And it was a dream in doubles because you just used to stick it out like this. No technique whatsoever. Absolute volley machine. And if you caught a serve, it was about 50 mile an hour faster than I can serve now because it was just a boing. Yeah. Just a boing. The dream of the racket. Graham can confirm that our mugs are top quality and highly recommended. Treat yourself to one or all 5. There you go.
You can also buy cups as well.
Podcast merch.
Hey. We still haven't got that Lucas calendar set up yet, but we're working on it.
No, that's it. Flip flops. Do you know what? I've created some flip flops, Grimmy. Maybe we'll have them out. For.
I know someone who would
get your trotters out with the Absolute Football podcast. With our
I won't be wearing them just yet.
Oh no!
No, that again goes back to 7-a-side. Just last kick of the game. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go to football just yet because I've got my 10K run on Sunday. And it's my first race, and I was looking forward to it. And they said, "Look, we're going to play a short. Come and play." So I said, "I will do." Anyway, last kick of the game, I've literally rolled on my ankle, and as my foot's just turned in, I've gone full weight with my leg on impact.
Oh no!
So now I'm going to have to dope myself up to the eyeballs on Sunday.
Go!
Is he offside?
Trossard's hit it. All Black saved it. Saka's on the rebound. It looks. Black looks sheepish. He might have come from beyond the defender. I think Arsenal have the lead here.
Interesting. I want to see the replay for the side. Like, it did look a bit close, but might be one of those where he's just got it just before half time as well.
That's a massive time to score for Arsenal. Huge goal for Arsenal. 1-0 up in the Champions League. Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, that's good. I think that'll
stand. There doesn't seem to be any kind of complaints of it. When it all came through, it's great ball through. They got Gyokeres. This is what they've been missing all season, getting Gyokeres in these areas. They played through the lines. Gyokeres picked it out, dinked a ball to the back post. Trossard's had a strike. Yeah, he's well on there. Yeah, he's good. Them. Yeah. And so I reckon the guy behind him as well. There's 2 of them. All Blacks saved it, but he's parried it straight in the path of Saka through a load of crowded players. Touched it home. 1-0.
Yeah. I think it was important for Arsenal to get the first goal whenever it came, because I think if Atletico had got the first one, it would have been a very that bank of men that probably don't move from position for the rest of the game. But
they'll have to change at some point now, won't they? Which will suit Arsenal out the ground. That is a big goal in the context of this tie, just before half time.
It's Griezmann, isn't it, who just keeps him on?
Yeah. Sam said as well, the guy behind him, I think's got his leg just beyond as well. So
Graham's even reckons 3. He reckons there's a third as well playing him on side. He should be okay. Zach says, do we ship overseas? Sadly, at the moment, we don't, Zach. But maybe in the future we will. At the minute, it's just UK delivery. But if we can, you'll be the first person we let know.
Saka with his £10 boots on. Immaculate talent like the Grim dog up there.
Like the Grim dog. His little pink stripes.
Hey, it's pink trim.
Pink trim. Pink trim. Pink fancies.
He's had the pink trim for that long. It's become a full pink boot.
Just blended as it's half time. Arsenal 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Huge goal for Bukayo Saka.
Weirdly, I do remember when I bought those boots, though, because it was the same. For some reason, I remember it was the same day when we played Leicester, when we had Van Gaal and Di Maria, and Vardy just absolutely tore us apart. It was like, was it the 5-3 or 5-2 or something? It was like a mad
Is
game.
that the one where Di Maria scored that crazy chip as well?
Chip. And then Vardy got the softest of penalties against Raphael. Yeah, not bitter.
That was such a non-Van Gaal game when you think about it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He used to shut that shit down on a weekly basis in terms of any kind of action. Just to lose 5-2 or 5-3 against Leicester.
Yeah.
He must have been on one of his crazy days.
Yeah.
I do miss Louis Van Gaal sometimes.
It's mad that's 10 years ago, though.
Yeah. He just used to give me that crazy teacher vibe, Louis Van Gaal. His press conference was he just didn't know which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
Mike Schmaling.
Mike, enjoy the wine and the mince pies. Merry Christmas.
Louis Van Gaal's are an army. My favourite moment will always be when he bumps into, I think it's Mike Dean, who's the fourth assistant against Arsenal. He just falls
and chucks himself on the floor.
He's got his like pad in his hand. He's like,
his clipboard never moves. His clipboard still is retained. Was it when he started to try and prove journalists wrong or something or other, and he was getting his laminates out of his book?
Yeah.
Trying to look.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
But yeah. What a
Classic.
character.
Classic.
Speaking of United, good result on Sunday, wasn't it, Sam? Bit squeaky. Bit
This
squeaky.
time next year, Grimmy.
What? No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Bruno Fernandes might not even be here this time next year. He might have left.
Grimmy, don't piss on my chips before I've had a chance to eat them. Do you know, I got the champ at work. I have my Champions League mug, and it was the best cup of coffee. And do you know what made it even? Well, kind of made it better because I had your problem, Grimmy. I couldn't log on at work this morning either. I had the same issue, but I managed to fix it. But that 15 minutes waiting for the coffee, and I had to properly wash it up because this thing hasn't been used since 2023, so it needed a good old clean. Oh, tasted was good.
There's a nest of spiders have just congregated at the bottom of this mug.
Yeah, there's the spiders and fallen away Man United managers have passed. All sat at the bottom of that.
This one's called Ollie. This one's called Jose. Name for his pet spider.
Yes, we did it, Grimmy. We got over the line and we did it against Liverpool. And what was, after that first 10-15 minutes, I was thinking, they're here for the taking.
We should have had 3 or 4 by the end of that half.
We should have done. And shaky bum time at the start of that second, and you're thinking, what have we done? How have we got in this position? But we found a way. First win over Liverpool in a decade or something. Something crazy.
Double. Well, it's the first double we've had over them in a decade because Carrick was in the stand at Anfield watching it. But you know what the game reminded me of? It reminded me of the Berbatov hat-trick game because we did something similar there where we were 2-0 up and we were coasting, and then they got a penalty, they came back, and then it looked like they were going to win, and then Berbatov scores that overhead kick, and the rest, as I say, was history. It just had that feel of it. But it was. I'm glad we got over the line because I think if we'd lost that game, I think that would have been a lot of people would have been jumping on Carrick's back, going, "You can't be as dominant in that first half and then lose that game."
The problem was it was the discipline. Casemiro just kept emptying that midfield every sort of 2 minutes, and you were kind of like just. And I don't know how much of that's a Carrick thing, and how much that was just kind of Casemiro home. Occasion was well on top of it. Let's try and batter Liverpool kind of mentality. But Zach says here, what's the hold up for United making Carrick manager? I would imagine that's the discussions next couple of weeks. Is there a time period, you think, Grimmy, that you're expecting to see them announce it? Is it the longer it goes on, you're kind of going, well, what is their plan here? Because I've heard no other names. Don't know about you. I've heard no other names or no other rumours of. It seems to be a case that they've all been playing for the end of the season. Let's see what happens. But I'm not hearing anything now like, oh, so-and-so's being linked or so-and-so. You would imagine it will be done before the end of the season, if not earlier than that.
If it's not already been done, yeah. I think if it's him, then I think you just announce it sooner rather than later.
Getting to announce it the last home game on the pitch.
Well, that was the first thing when you were asking me the question. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Is this before the match kicks off on the final day of the season, or just as we finish the season? And although I'm saying we're away to Brighton, aren't we? Last game of the season. I was just thinking like maybe that final game of the season at home, like you're saying, he's got the microphone in his hand, and then he announces, "Oh, I'll see you next year," basically. I think that would probably be a nice way to do it. But again, I think it's like you say. I think the sooner that that all gets tied up with whoever it's going to be, whether it's Carrick or not, I think is better, because then it stops the uncertainty building up and creating more problems than it's probably worth, really. But yeah, I think they'll probably be crossing the I's, dotting the T's, making sure that the decision they're making is final, and then whether it's Carrick or not, and then they'll probably make an announcement in probably in the next week or two, I'd imagine.
You expect that's the way it's going to go. And the wonderful Jen's joined the chat. It's the best trio after JCB. The wonderful Jen. Look at that. In this comment, Jen's even more lovely in the comments, coming through with this new watch-along style, which I'm sure that Jen appreciates and loves the new watch-along comment graphics, Grimmy. Ready for the World Cup. No doubt. No doubt about it.
Yep.
But yeah, Carrick, I think I can't see any reason we're not. I've said it all along. I can't see the other options. I can't see what they would be doing, who the name is that would do anything different. The only one that slightly interests me, but again, you're looking at changing things up probably a little bit again. I like Iraola, but I just think now you put more pressure on someone coming in again. I mean, the pressure would be completely different on Carrick, and who knows how it's going to end up, because next season's a different animal. Europe's back in the picture. They need to expand the squad to deal with that. The expectations risen again. You know, we finished 15th last season, so we weren't expecting to be where we're at. But now silly discussions are being mentioned about titles and all this other nonsense. You're like, whoa. Okay, let's just pump the brakes. We're all a bit excited. I'm happy to be excited, but let's not pile that nerve on straight away.
Yeah, I think title's obviously very premature talk of that. I feel like next season it's kind of going to be revenge of the city next season. If Pep stays, I feel like we're kind of in a similar position to what Fergie was, where Fergie obviously admitted later on in the day that basically if we'd won that title when City won it last gasp, if we'd won it that season, then he was going to retire and go, and he wanted one more. Because we didn't, he was going to stay and make sure he got one last one before he left. It feels kind of like that, and I feel like if Arsenal do go win it, I think Pep probably stays one more year and gets one over the line, and then sort of leaves the team on a high and kind of rides off into the sunset. So I think title talk's probably a little bit premature, like you say, Sam. But, you know, as great as it has been an end to the season as we could have hoped for with Carrick coming in as interim, we've got a lot of work to do. Like, there's a lot of work in the transfer market, in upstairs with likes of Wilcox and Barrera, making the next kind of key decisions on the next steps, whether it's with Carrick or someone else. There's a lot of work to do. We've got basically a whole midfield to make up. We've got probably some wing backs to get hold of, maybe another striker. So you're looking at least 6 or 7 players to come in, as well as maybe equal to that going out, depending on obviously contracts and things like that. But yeah, lots of work to do, but exciting times ahead, and hopefully it continues to be that way for the foreseeable, because the past few seasons have been pretty dreadful.
It's
Not
been
quite Scott Parker level, let's be honest. But we should count our lucky stars we don't have Scott Parker in the frame. But yeah, I think we'll see what happens. But Iriol is an interesting one. But because again, we had that discussion on the podcast a few weeks ago, didn't we, with Heather, that the suggestion was he's leaving because he wants to go back to Spain. But now he's being linked with the United job, the Chelsea job. And it'd be very interesting if that did happen, what the reaction would be for Bournemouth. I'm sure Heather could probably do a whole monologue for an hour on a podcast about that all on her own. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm sure she could give us some thoughts. I mean, the one thing with City, I don't know if you guys have noticed, that I know like everyone jokes around these charges because it has been a joke for how long it's taken and all the rest of it. And we're all going, the mainstream are talking about it a lot more. And by that, I mean like your Skies and all the rest of it. I've seen a lot more with them actively talking as if there's something coming, which makes me, because it's one thing for us to kind of be like, oh, yeah, be this. What if it's this? Is anything going to happen? What a joke. But the fact that they're kind of openly talking about, there's Neville was talking about it on Sky, and I've not seen them actually physically properly talking about the fact that this thing may happen, that we might be talking about points deductions. What do you reckon about that? That the mainstream is starting to touch that maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel in this entire farce that has been the 115 charges.
Is there though? That's the problem. The problem you've got is it's the inconsistency. It's look at the Chelsea situation. Like look at the teams like Forest and Everton that got points deducted for minimal cases compared to Chelsea and City, and yet they received harsher implications because they're not a financial big gun to those, running the Premier League. It's not fair and it's not right, especially if they want to, talk about bringing in this way of, I think was it Richard Scudamore a couple of years ago said we want to try and change the name on the trophy every 6 years or something. I mean, that's not your choice, mate. It should be down to how much talent's out there on the pitch. But with this City situation, it's gone on for far too long. It should have been dealt with 2 seasons back already by now. But if it happens, it happens. I just think that the right thing needs to be done. If it goes on for this long and it's an absolute pettance, even if it's a case of, oh, sorry, we're going to take 50 million off you for what you've done, it's nothing. It's pocket money. That's a sale of Jack Grealish, who is probably C team to Manchester City now for where they rate him. It's not good enough at all. I think rules need to be looked at, and there needs to be some hard implications if that is the case.
Yeah. No, I think the only thing I don't think they'll get a point deduction. I just think it would be. I just don't think that's the way it'll go. I think if there's anything that's likely to happen, I think it'll probably be something like a transfer ban next season, and they can't buy anyone in.
But even that's crap.
No, I know. I don't think it's how it should be done. I think it'll probably be like they'll get a fine, there'll be a transfer ban, and that'll be it. But the thing is, with the way City teams structured right now, is that going to hurt them? Probably not. And you could say they've made the transfers for next season already with Semenyo and Gueye coming in. Sure, you've got Silva maybe leaving and maybe need to replace him in midfield, but apart from that, they're pretty much set for next season already. Though I'm sure they've probably got a list as long as they're on with players that they want to buy, knowing City. But yeah, when it's gone on for so long, any sort of reprimand or any sort of penalty they might get is kind of, it seems pretty pointless at this point, because it's kind of like they've already got away with it when it's gone on for 2 years. But yeah, it's all if buts and maybes. But yeah, I've noticed, like you mentioned at the start, Sam, the press have definitely upped the output of talking about it recently. So whether that's them just sort of guessing something's coming or they actually know something we don't, time will tell, I guess.
Intriguing. What is intriguing is they're returning to the pitch. Arsenal back, Atletico are back. We've got a second half. We've got a second half coming. Chris, if there's a point deduction, Man City will appeal it and it will drag on. Yeah, that will happen. That will be another 12 months waiting for that. And Gren, it will be a 6-point deduction for Everton, probably. Yes, Everton do tend to get punished. They do tend to get punished. Right. What do Atleti do here, Grimmy? Stick with it for 20 minutes and then they've got to do something different, or are they? What's Simeone's game plan going to be here?
I think they need to be a bit more on the front foot, but obviously they can't go too expansive because then they're just going to open themselves up, aren't they? I think it's kind of similar, maybe first 5 or 10 minutes, see if you can get a bit more going. I think you have to maybe look at getting the ball to Lookman a bit more, let him drive at the Arsenal defence and maybe see if you can cause them a few scares and get on top of the second half early. But yeah, it's going to be difficult because the atmosphere is obviously going to be up there for Arsenal and the players are obviously up for it. You can see that there's not really a nervous bone in any of them at the moment, but I think Atletico have to try and get on the front foot and give them something to worry about, really.
Yeah, they've got to get them. They've got to get them in that tense, nervy place. That's where they've got to try and get them, where it turns a little bit and the question marks are in. I mean, passes like that won't help though. Just about got away with it, but also not go too down.
Yeah, don't concede again is probably the first motto.
Yeah,
or the first memo.
To any silly passes or mistakes, but they're coming down the left-hand side here after a switch of play.
I've just kicked off.
Laid it wide here at the moment. Little dink in towards the back post. Lookman's there.
Oh, he's there, but Griezmann got in the way. Headed
it against each other. Cockers backing in, and he's earned a free kick.
But this is what Gyökeres is going to have to do, probably for a lot of the second half. Is if Atletico are going to be on the ball a lot more, him holding the ball up is going to be very important to sort of slow things down and give the Arsenal defenders time to breathe. Sort of eat away at the clock a little bit as well.
Important centre forward play, hold up play in these sort of games is massive. Mahusiv. Speaking of that, Grimmy, and a player that we had that didn't sort of do it so well. Have you seen Rasmus Højlund potentially has a clause at Napoli if they make the Champions League? Permanent buy, 35 mil.
Yeah.
Heard today.
I thought that was public. I thought that was widely known. Was it not?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was musing. Is it?
I thought that was kind of. For some reason I thought that was announced when the loan happened. Was basically if they finish top 4, we get 40 million or something.
It may well have done. But it was a long time ago, so I may have forgotten. But what I saw today to remind me...
You are getting on a bit, so, memory's not that strong as it used to be. So.
Not me. I've got to keep control of all of you rabble. Takes years off of me.
Shoulders gone,
shoulders
gone.
Shoulders disintegrate, I have to use my left hand to wave the sword.
But yeah, no, I mean, if Napoli get top 4, it's obviously good for us. It's 40 million in the kitty to get spent on another backup striker, probably. But yeah, obviously the Rashford one's going to be very interesting. I think that's going to be a big. Probably it'll get drawn out over the summer as to will he, won't he go. Onana's another one as well that I want us to get rid of, but.
Yeah, again, he's going to be one that's tough to shift. I wouldn't be surprised to see Onana go on another loan deal, but this is the season you've got to try and float. But I mean, Rashford's at the World Cup as well, so there's a
I think
will delay a deal.
Yeah, it's just the hilarity of Onana saying that he wants to fight for his place next season, as if he's even going to get a look in. Like, just find it hilarious. I'd rather play Tom Heaton over him, and Tom Heaton's not played a match in how many years?
I want to eat cheese all day and be stick thin. Sometimes there's just things you have to accept in life. Senna Lommans has made more saves than anyone else in the Premier League so far this year. Probably more than Onana made in 3 years, to be honest. So, Could you imagine if they? I mean, it's just I think that just, for me, that just sums kind of his tenure up with us, that he's got that ability that he. I like someone who have confidence, but the fact that he genuinely thinks that he'd be welcome back at this point in time with open arms with the keeper that we've got. I mean, the errors that he made, some of the nonsense he came out with. I'll never forget that game. Was it pre-Leon where he started winding them up? And I'm like, what are you doing?
Started. I could rant about that match every day of my life for the rest. If I've got 2 days or 40 years, that man.
Was it Nemanja Matic?
Penalty shootout. Grimsby penalty shootout and the Leon knockout stages are my 2 moments for Onana I can never forgive him for. Saying that he's the best goalkeeper in the world and this, that, and the other, and then he
made howlers both legs. Both legs.
But it was the 2 howlers in the first leg that killed us, because it was probably one of the best performances we had under Amram, which I know is not saying a lot looking back on it now. But at the time, we had a really good performance, and Onana basically threw the ball into the back of the net twice, and I just went, this is why we're never going to be a top team with this system, because Onana is crap. And that's me putting it politely. And then the Grimsby penalty shootout, he may as well have just went like a matador trying to wave a ball through and just went, there's the goal, lads, just put it in. Oh, my God.
Oh, mistake.
Oh, it's a goal. That's a penalty, surely.
We're going to have a look. The referee says no. The ball over the top. Athletic, he's dribbled it round David Raya. It was the David Raya error to start it off.
Yeah, you can tell that's Simeone's son, can't you? He looks the spitting double.
So he's onside. That's the first thing. So it's a ball over the top. They've tried to nod it back to Raya. He's cut inside, and has he got a foot to it? So it's a good first touch. Gabriel's come round the side on him. He hasn't touched the ball.
No.
I don't think he's touched the ball, has he?
No, he's not.
He's come round the side of him. He's tried to have a kick at it, and as he's... is there enough, though? I don't think the guy's over. I don't think he's in balance.
I don't think he is. No.
I think he's not... Gabriel hasn't taken him. I've got to say...
VR potentially check over.
That's the right decision for me.
Oh!
That is the right decision.
I got a bit excited. I thought we were going to have a 30-yard screamer there. I was like, it's done on a Tuesday. Gosh. There we go. But yeah.
Okay. Graham agrees. Doesn't think it's a penalty.
Nah.
I mean, I think it's a penalty just because it's against Arsenal. But...
I was going to say, going back to your conversation about Højlund, I think there was some news at Arsenal as well before kickoff that Porto have taken up their option to purchase Jakub Kiwior permanently.
Oh.
That's nice for them. They'll be happy with that. He was a strange one because he came in. I've got a feeling they bought him in January. Is it last January they bought him?
Yeah,
like Spezia or somewhere in Italy, and they've clearly they bought Calafiori in and Hincapié, and they've definitely strengthened. So I see as well. Have you seen Guarnieri's not really been getting on too well at Marseille? Boss has been digging at him for not working hard enough. Oh, good ball through the middle.
It's Marseille, though. I mean, not being funny, but I think I'm not really going to take what Marseille say about a player in mind with some of the signs they've made over the years.
It must be a bit of a worry for him, though, because, I mean, he was on the periphery of this, if not just on the periphery, he was on the cusp of Odegaard last season. And obviously, he's gone out. They brought Eze in as well. He's another player playing in his area.
Yeah.
That was interesting, wasn't it? That like. Comments by De Zerbi regarding Marseille players. As said, former United Marseille player.
Yeah, you got to retract or apologise for...
Well, hadn't he come out and said that when he gets the chance in a window, he's going to be the first player he signs or something? As well, it's like serious.
Rice charging through the pitch. On the pass, Gyökeres block.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way he can come back to England in any capacity.
No.
Stranger things have happened.
Strange things have happened. I don't know how
I don't.
well they'll do
I
that.
don't think it'll happen. I just don't think.
I just think there's too much. There's too much now with you think of this country, and we know it very well. Like you think of all the things like the women's football teams, the Her Game 2 movement,
Yeah.
all of that. Just every club is gonna up in arms.
Yep.
Right.
But only a few years back, it were players like, do you remember Lee Hughes, who used to play at Oldham? You know, I think he had that like car accident where he'd ended up a family fatally losing their life. And every time he got a job, he was basically out of it within a couple of days.
Yep. Was it
Like
Chid Evans as well? The City lad as well.
Chid Evans were another one. There were a guy up in Scotland as well. I can't remember who that were now.
It's opened up a little bit. It's at the start of the second half.
But I think social media's got a big part to play in it all as well. Like say,
yeah.
Well, that's it.
Like even just United as a club, in whatever scenario.
He's gone down. He's gone down, and it looked a bit divey. I think that's what the refs called. So there's a strike striking from Griezmann just inside the box. Whereas parried it up. They've gone in for the rebound.
I mean,
Gabriel. Griezmann's isn't.
He's got his foot. He got his foot. He got Griezmann's foot there. Send him off, ref. It's a soft one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's like.
It's the way he's gone down for me.
Broke his leg, but Arsenal would have done the exact same thing.
He's flown in, and he has slipped a little bit on it.
That's a penalty. Dan's not agreeing with me. I can tell by the facial expression, but it's a penalty.
No. I'll be honest with you. I think that is a pen. I actually agree with you there. I'd say that's a pen because he's made an attempt to go for the ball, a second stab at it while his leg's still at full stretch and hasn't got it. He's got the player.
I think he's waved it off because we're seeing a couple of Atleti subs. No, check over. He's made a triple sub. Lookman's off. Simeone's off.
That would 100% be looked at.
Oh yeah, especially if it were a Burnley player taking someone down.
It's not like you've ever done that. It's not like Burnley have ever done that before.
So triple sub. Arsenal responding as well. We've got Saul offers on now.
I tell you one thing. I did react. I remember I was watching it live. It was the Burnley game at Old Trafford this season, and you were ahead, and we obviously came back. And it was, I can't remember who it was for Burnley, but he got Ahmad's shirt. He didn't even need to do it. And I sat there going, oh, what has he done there? Like, yeah, that was.
I just remember coming away from Old Trafford feeling absolutely devastated. Like there's not that many pubs around Old Trafford, but we ended up in this United bar.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they were saying, you were unlucky. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those moments of badness. Seem to always happen against the big clubs this year. Last minute against Liverpool, Hannibal giving a penalty. It's just always that dying minutes.
Yeah. It's just that lack of concentration, just letting it slip.
Parker ball.
To be fair though, mate, you're not one of the. It's not like you're not the only fan to come away from Old Trafford disappointed recently. I mean, the past few years, a lot of United fans probably have had the same emotions as well. So, it takes less than that, I guess. I don't know.
So Arsenal made a couple of subs as well. Odegaard is on. I think I've seen Capi on as well. So Saka is off.
That's an interesting substitution.
I think they're managing him coming back still, aren't they, Saka?
Yeah, he's only just.
You were walking off with a bit of a limp, weren't you? To be fair.
Yeah, who's come off for Soloff then?
They brought off. So Lookman went off. Simeone went off. So he's not really affected the game, has he?
Well, the ball never went to him. And Normand went off.
And on Madueke's on as well. Early chance. Oh, snatched at it. First touch for Odegaard over the bar. Probably wanted that shot in a couple of minutes' time. Well, they've both changed it early. Yeah, Calafiori, Saka, and Eze off for Arsenal. Hincapié, Madueke, and Odegaard on.
It's like for like, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I can understand. Odegaard probably holds the ball. Eze drives it through the pitch. You don't need that as much if you're going to look to try and exploit the space. Maybe Odegaard to control the tempo a bit.
Thinking about it the other day, actually, regarding Odegaard, like how much talent and how much the media really spoke him up of his qualities when he was a youngster at Real Madrid.
Yeah,
he was like 15, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Did he go on loan to Celtic or something as well? Yeah, he was. I remember being really young and he was being talked about like he was the next coming of Zidane or something.
Again, that goes down to social media again and how much media just gets into.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same with Makeda, weren't it? United after that goal against Cardiff, it was like that. This is going to be United's answer.
Yeah. Only takes one goal, and also if you've got a good highlight reel, if you've got some good youth goals in your pocket. Well, here comes.
But look at Dauman. Dauman's getting a lot of. I mean, obviously, he looks like he is going to be a really good player, but I think him scoring that goal is almost probably. If I was him, probably not what I would have wanted because the attention just goes up that much.
Just pushes everything. Well, you must have seen Grimmy with us, that JJ Gabriel kid that we've got. I mean, he's only 15, but he's in the under-18s, and it's every single clip that you see coming out of the youth team. It's like, just let him develop. Let him develop.
Well, it's like him, and then it's Kai Rooney as well. He's scoring quite a few goals at that time in that age group. So, and he's got the name Rooney on his back. How much pressure is that kid going to be under? You know what I mean? Like, but it's the same with Rio at Liverpool and Estevao at Chelsea. They've all got such high expectations, and it's funny you mentioned the Odegaard one with Madrid when he went there, but it's like Endrick. Endrick was the next big one, and he's gone to Lyon. He's doing well, so I think he's obviously got a career in front of him. But I just think the amount of pressure these kids have on them to come through and become the next big thing is crazy, especially nowadays in comparison to even 20 years ago. You would be.
Well, you think probably the last player currently of this, what we're seeing at the minute, Lamine Yamal probably is the first what we've seen at the top level come through and kind of be. It's just a lot to ask of that, and to have that consistency level. There's even if you're special, even if there's something about like the mentality, the fact that you go from being a kid and doing what you're doing, all of a sudden thrust into this light. There's so much to contend with. And at a club like Real Madrid,
I feel like with Barcelona though, they're very much probably the only club I feel like when you're a kid that age, you're almost built for it.
Yeah,
you're ready to go.
Gear you for it.
And even at Madrid, I feel like there's still that sort of will they, won't they aspect to it. But when you're at Barca, if you start playing well young enough, it's almost like it's kind of guaranteed you're going to end up being in and around the first 11 and that be it. But it'll be interesting to see how if Dalman ends up kicking on this next season and ends up being more involved next season. Same with Rio at Liverpool. I think he's got all the makings of being a hell of a player as well. He's probably what
got to take them sort of players out their environment, though. I think them players can look a lot better and stand out when they're in a team that's already got talent. You give them a loan move somewhere and they don't perform. I think that's when people start to see, is Odegaard really the player that he's been hyped up to be when I think it was his first loan move. And then, sometimes you've got to take him out that environment. I looked at YouTube videos of Loom Chowner before Burnley signed him. I thought, this guy's been playing first team at Napoli. He's got a Champions League goal to his name. He's only 20-something, like 22 or something like that. guy's going to be phenomenal. And then I've seen him play in the Premier League, and I'm just like, what?
It sounds like. It also sounds like Dharma Traore is a. Sounds like a beautiful seafood dish as well. I'll have the lamb chowder, please.
Yeah. But I think it's always very important as well for these kids to go into the right environment. Like, you've got to have a manager that you're going into of the loan club or whoever it is you go into next that's going to use you the right way or develop you the right way. And I think that's what I think Arsenal will be very careful with Dauman, because they won't want to. I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Especially such young players, especially with Dauman, who's not even. Is he 16 yet? You've got to be so careful of what their next steps are, that it can just go so quickly in terms of going wrong. I mean, Wanyeri at Marseille is not doing that great, is he? Like you're saying about the owner digging him out, like you'd have thought, probably decent club to go to, sort of build the next block of your career on, and it's not going that well for him. So,
plus, I think you just the right mentors at that club as well. Certain clubs, you almost need to have somebody ball in the middle, over the
that's a great chance,
huge chance, fantastic ball in.
That's the tide done, I think, if he scores that,
and he's touched it over the bar. Massive opportunity. That would have been the silence all the critics. He's got in a great position there.
Yeah.
He's got to be keeping that down at that level. That's got to be kept down.
It is an awkward one, the bounce of it, but a guy of his goal scoring ability should at least get that on target, I think.
You said, I mean, that's pretty much game there.
Yeah, that's one of those chances that you could look back at the end of the game and go, if that goes in, it's done. And maybe just gives Atletico that sniff of hope that maybe they can get something. 2
more changes. Griezmann and Alvarez are off. Alex Bain and Almada are on.
Alvarez off. Interesting.
You almost hope he's got a little bit too late.
He's used them all. Simeone is gone. He's a decisive man, is Diego. Very decisive man.
It's going to be interesting for Cocker as well, because I think he's obviously not the youngest chicken in the pack. He's not exactly a spring chicken anymore.
The youngest chicken in the pack. I like it.
How else would you put it, Sam?
I don't know.
Probably in a lot better ways, to be fair. But I think it's asking a lot for him to get through the 90 minutes, because I don't think he's played that many minutes across the entirety of the season. I know he's a big player for Simeone anyway, but
he's been there long time, hasn't he?
Maybe it's one that they should have used going forward, towards the last 20 minutes of a game or something. But then I don't know whether I suppose in such a high pressure fixture like this, you need that sort of leadership and experience.
Yeah. Something to kind of, particularly as he was expecting in this game, where you're expecting Arsenal to have the ball, you've got to be patient, you've got to not panic and get over stimulated by the occasion.
Like a decent Jordan Henderson.
Hey, Jordan Henderson's a decent midfielder.
He's had a good season. He's had a good season.
Yes.
He's been really good.
If you'd have said him and Granit Xhaka would have had the seasons they've had this year at the start of this season, you wouldn't have believed it, would you?
No.
You wouldn't have said, no way. You wouldn't have said Granit Xhaka top 5 transfer of the season based on what he's done at the club. You wouldn't have said that.
No, he's been absolutely superb. Evening to Richie. Evening all Everton fans. We almost pulled it off. Gutted. Yeah, they almost beat Manchester City yesterday. A tremendous thrill draw. They were pegged back, but they have dealt a big blow to City's title aspirations, but that could have been massive for Everton's European hopes yesterday as well. 3 games to go.
With Villa losing as well.
Villa have just off a cliff at the wrong time.
Couldn't believe it. They had one bloody job.
They were awful by all accounts as well.
They were.
Is it this? And they'll have their second leg Thursday.
Yeah, it's them and Forest Thursday, big game.
Forest are playing well now. Forest have woken up.
He's galvanised them, Pereira. He's given them confidence, even in the players on the bench and the backups.
100%.
Like, it'd be interesting to see what happens next season, because I think next season, if he can kick them on, I think Forest could turn back into the top 10 team that the players that have got suggested should be fighting for.
I think we've got Villa on Sunday.
I think Pereira's good. I thought he got a bit of a rough deal at Wolves because he had a really good end to last season with them. He put a really good run together with them. Then they sold his best players, and that squad at the start of the season, everybody went, "That's not good enough. They're going to struggle," and they did struggle tremendously. But then you were sort of like, "Well, you're going to kind of deal with what you've got." And I liked some of what I saw, the way they played at the end of that back end of the other season. So it's taken a bit of time, but he's obviously got a tune out of them. And as you said, Grimmy, bit of pre-season, confidence of what happens this season.
Mm-hmm. And you know the owner's gonna spend money as well. You know he's gonna get players in.
Well, if they win the Europa League, they're in the Champions League. He's going to spend big if they're in the Champions League.
Yeah. And what a way to end the season, though, for Forest fans after what has been a merry-go-round of a season.
Yeah, absolute drama. Although it is the Europa League, and I know they've been poor with me, but it is Unai Emery.
No, this is the thing. He's obviously made the changes on Sunday to gear up for Thursday, but it's a hell of a...
It's a gamble.
It's a hell of a gamble to give the players basically a week off to go into that second fixture and hope that they pull it out. Because again, Forest are sort of free now. They've got a couple of wins back to back in the league. They've got the win at home. Probably should have had maybe another goal or two as well, based on that first leg. So they can go into it thinking, there's no reason we can't come out with something with this.
Here we go. And there's an Arsenal corner here, which of course, massive threat. 20 minutes to go. It's a good ball headed away. And Wake running around the outside. Of course, no, he shanked it.
I'm not really... Again, commentator's curse could easily strike here, but I'm not seeing a lot from Atletico to make me think they're going to get a goal.
No.
I think since they've made the changes, I don't really know... Yeah, I don't really know what their kind of game plan is here.
Yeah, I don't...
It looks a bit fractured since they've made the subs.
They're not entirely throwing bodies forward even when they are getting forward because, like you say, they don't want to give themselves another defensive frailty and go 2-0 down.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Whether he's just thinking, keep it tight, another 10, stay in the game, and then throw kitchen sink. Arsenal then get nervous, trying to hang on a little bit, but it's trying to second guess a lot. You say, Grimmy, the pattern of the play doesn't.
Yeah, it's not like when they're going forward, they're getting chances away. It's kind of sort of passing it forward and hitting and hoping it, really. It's to be fair, I get putting more crosses in when you've got Soloff on the pitch, but obviously you've got to try and get some space and get some accuracy with them.
Well, that's it. But also, Gabriel and Saliba ain't bad in the air, are they?
No.
And Lewis Skelly's come off, and they're bringing on Zubamendi. It's a good game, Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably a bit late for the old England reckoning.
I mean, things can happen.
He was in there, wasn't he? This is the thing. He was in there. Tuchel was a fan early doors.
But he didn't really get used by Arsenal. There was like a long period where he wasn't really in the team. And obviously back into the season, he's kind of become the trusted man. So
never know, though. A couple of injuries or whatever. He'll be certainly in sort of shortlist, won't he? And
yeah, he's definitely on the... He's in the top sort of 30, 35, isn't he, to be on the plane.
Plus, you see, if he's playing as well, he's that sort of player who can play two different roles, gives you other options to...
Yeah.
Well held up from Soloff. Almost found the ball through. come down the left-hand
It's
side
these
now.
moments now.
Corner ball, Athletic.
Corner.
Maybe this represents their best chance as well.
That corner will go absolutely mental if the goal goes in, by the way.
Oh, they
We'll
will.
see absolute limbs.
Carnage. Headed away, though. Careful, don't get countered. No, they've kept the ball. Back out wide. Can he get a ball in?
Great ball.
Flick. No.
Oh, Soloff, you could have got a foot on that.
He was on his toes when he just wasn't moving, was he?
You can't touch Gabriel. He's just going to fall over.
Gabriel does that. Gabriel's so good at doing that. As soon as he feels anything in those spaces. Simeone wants more. He wants more. You've got to be a Simeone kind of guy, haven't you? There's only certain players I think that can play for Simeone. Sometimes you just be like, boss, you've been at it for 82 minutes. For goodness sake. Yeah,
just turn around to him in the middle of the game and say, right, Diego, wind it in, lad. Right? Okay. I know what I'm doing. It's like when you're playing seven aside and someone will just shout, relax. And it's like, I can't relax when you're screaming, relax at me. We used to have a guy who used to shout that all the time, and I just went, if you shout relax at me one more time, I'm pinging this at your head. Like,
calm down.
It's probably the worst thing you can tell me to do in any scenario, whether it's work or out and about. Just relax. By you saying that, my stress level has gone up 10%.
Just relax. Just calm it down. Oh, it's a bit of a shaky ball back. That's not the greatest clearance in the world.
And this is where it starts to get nervy for Arsenal.
This is it. There's a few more of those, and that'll start to get the crowd go. If Athletic can start sustaining attacks and Arsenal give the ball away like that, then it can get a bit.
I think I've noticed Arsenal's sort of issues, really. I mean, it's a lot of, especially someone like Gyökeres. I've just seen the opportunity where he probably has the better chances to pass it to Madueke, and he just goes for goal himself. I think
he's literally got his arms all over him.
It's madness what Arsenal are. You can see that there's certain players in there that are playing for themselves.
Look at that! Oh, he's not got a whack on the head, man. He's kicked him in he's put a boot on his back, man.
I think it was Raya, though, wasn't it? Was it Raya that not wiped him out?
Well, I mean, in comparison to the blooming Chelsea Forest one yesterday, it's basically a back tickle, that.
You did say Gabriel likes to go down very easy, though.
He does. He does. You watch him, he's very good at it, and he knows when to break the play up by doing that.
It's the one that always gets me with Gabriel, and it infuriates me when I watch it, is the striker will be behind him, and if the striker puts his hand on his back, like even just slightly touches him, he does like a fish salmon flop into the air and goes down. I'm like, what are you doing?
Madueke, do you want to pull it back? No, defended by Atleti. Arsenal probing. Gyökeres, no, lost the ball. This is where Arsenal will be careful because they can get stuck in between not attacking, can't they, if they're not careful? Not wanting to go too gung-ho, but then at the same time, then bringing Atleti back in the game. The Trossard's won that well. Chested back to All Black. Lovely little chest. That's not the way to do it, though. Just punted it straight down the centre of the pitch to the centre back. No, that's when you do shout relax.
You know the Roy Hodgson when he sat on the bench and he just watches it go by, and then his head just goes like that. It's like, yeah.
So Odegaard, edge of the box. Cross in. What he was playing for the corner there. He wanted the corner. They let him cross it. White or black. Don't do that again. Thrown it out this time.
You got to move the ball. Come on. There we go.
It's gone wide.
Oh, look at them boots. Solo's got a nice pair of boots.
He's got a nice pair of boots, that lad.
Black and orange.
The one thing I will say is, Grimmy, I don't think you're going to get your Desmond.
Just looking
Say
nice.
1-1 or 2-2. So 1-1 still on the cards. I said it was going to extra time, and as unlikely as that looks right now, there's still a chance.
It's only one goal. It's only one moment.
True.
But
Have we got another hour of talking to ourselves of content ready to pull out? We might need it.
yeah, the emergency topics document.
Oh, good ball up. Oh.
Touched over by Ray. Atleti, though, they're sustaining attacks a little bit more. They are sustaining attacks a bit. That's gone through the back.
Oh!
No, it struck well by Llorente.
Arsenal fans are starting to get tense here, like.
Because they keep giving the ball away.
Yeah.
And if they try to sit back and then soak up this kind of start to soak pressure up, their nerves are just going to get worse. This is where Gyökeres is going to be key. He's got to hold it up really well for them. He's done well there. He's gone down, though, and the referee has said he's booked the defender. He has given a foul.
Simeone's going to lose his absolute marbles.
Simeone is going to be on the pitch. I mean, he has got his arms around him, to be fair. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Got a little boot in the nose as well for his trouble.
Yeah.
It's a good turn. Gyökeres did really well there. That's exactly what they need him to do right here.
Yeah. That's not a red card. What are we doing? If that's a red card,
no,
reviewing it. Yeah.
It's not.
I've put the commentary on to hear the crowd and hear how tense they are, and then I've just heard that they're checking for a red card.
Can't be. It's a foul and it's a yellow card. He's miles away from the goal, going away from the goal.
And to be fair, Gyökeres makes the most of it.
Yeah, he gets his body in there and he's like, okay, bring me down then. But it's good striker play. It's what you want from your number 9, 1-0 up.
You can't. One thing I will say about Simeone is he can't say there's ever a game where he's not willing his players to do something.
No, he lives and breathes it with them, doesn't he? You get the feeling that he would empty 10 years of his life in this last 10 minutes for his team if it means that they're going to get something. He literally he gives everything.
To be fair, the amount of energy he puts on the sideline, he probably doesn't have 10 years left to give.
It's just the jigging, isn't it? And cross in, headed over the bar. William Saliba. Another sub coming on, Martinelli. Run that clock down.
I don't know how much. I don't think, based on this second half, I don't think there's going to be that much stoppage, to be honest.
No, subs have they've done subs in batches as well. So
yeah, there's not really been an injury to speak of. I know Skelly went down, but he wasn't off that long.
Giving the ball straight back to Arsenal. Oh, ball through to Odegaard.
And if they do get it, if they do get to the final, it'd be 20 years since the final they had with Barca.
Well, indeed. Barcelona. Was it Belletti scored? Was it Belletti with the winner for Barca in that one?
Yeah, because it was the Jens Lehmann. Was it Jens Lehmann? Someone got sent off early. They went down to 10 men, didn't they? Early on.
It was Jens Lehmann, wasn't it? Sol Campbell scored the header, didn't he? 20 years, blimey.
Oh my God.
It's tears in the eyes. That's how much the Champions League means, Grimmy. This is the Champions
Was
League.
that an Arsenal fan or was that an Atletico fan?
No, I was an Atletico fan. That's the emotion of the competition. Martinelli round the edge. He played for the corner. He's got the corner.
It's got naught to do with the game. He's just been told to relax.
Relax! I can't believe Tommy to relax. 5 minutes to go in a Champions League semi-final. Behave yourself.
Why?
I think I remember actually in 1999 for the Champions League final, my mum's never watched a game of football with me really for Man United. Decided that was the one she was going to sit down with. There was 15 minutes of yabbing in the first half after we went 1-0 down, which was just getting under, as a 13-year-old, getting under my skin. And then I think about 85 minutes, it's all right. It's just a game got trotted out, and I was I looked at my dad and was almost like, remove. I love my mum, but please remove. This is the biggest game of my life. I cannot believe.
Pending investigation into your conduct during the match.
It's a good job we scored those 2 goals.
It was a disturbing lack of food on offer, and the grub was subpar, and the banter was non-existent.
Good ball. The balls, yeah, no banter. Sorloff always shanked. He hasn't even touched it. What is he? Oh, what a mess! That was Wout Weghorst. I thought I was watching Wout Weghorst there.
I think one of the most nervous I remember ever being watching a match was when we played Barca in the semi-final.
Oh, that was horrible.
It was 07-08. It was when Scholes scored that absolute screamer, and then Barcelona just basically battered us for like the rest of the 90 minutes.
And you were just watching the clock, weren't you? Just watching it going. Every time the goal kicked at 20 seconds, I could breathe slightly, and then like, oh, here they come again. They're back again. That was just before prime Barca, wasn't it? When they were still bloody good.
Yeah.
He's bought that foul. Gabriel again. See, this is what he does. As soon as he gets a touch. Look at this.
Stupidity. Don't touch them.
What a chance for Sorloff. He didn't even connect with it. I cannot believe he didn't even connect with that ball. On his left foot.
What was that, sorry, Dan?
He'll get a move to Burnley with talent like that.
He will. Lamb Chowner.
He's 40 in the Championship.
He's playing like he's back at Palace again.
We've got a question in the chat. Do you think that Arsenal have a chance in the final?
Yes. Fat chance and no chance.
Oh.
Very good, Dan. They've got to get there first. They've got a couple of big, massive minutes.
I think it depends who it is. I think if it's PSG, then I would expect PSG to play them.
Yeah.
I think if it's Bayern, I think they have every chance.
Yeah.
Because I think they can nullify Bayern a lot better. Whilst I think PSG are just so quick and good on the ball that
electric. They've got some work to do though. A Harry Kane factor as well, Grimmy. It's another element. It's another element to that game. But
I might have to buy it. If it's Bayern Arsenal, I might have to buy a Bayern top.
I have to find mine. It's definitely
you're not going to claim your top like last week was a C.
I'll put that back on because it did him good, didn't it? The Thailand police terror twinned with
and Shaw's Bayern top.
See, the first ever top I bought that wasn't Burnley was a Bayern top from, I think it ran offer at Sports Direct. It was like a black away one, and it sort of went down with like a red line down at one side where the badge were.
I've never bought a top other than United and an England top. But there's so many tops that I would love to have, but I've just never felt right buying another one.
I've currently got a DH Gate special on its way for the World Cup.
Nice. Into the box. Oh, what are you doing? No.
Maybe I could buy in one. Is that a bit of a loose one? I think Graham would probably appreciate that more than anyone else.
You've just made a right arsenal of yourself.
Get in there. I'll have to Atletico.
Hey.
No, but in all seriousness, if Arsenal win the Champions League, it'll be the death of football. To be fair, Arsenal fans, before you come at me, I made that same joke when Chelsea won it all those years ago. So,
yeah, it'll be. To be fair, it'll be. Well, you just have to turn stuff off. We've got quite good at it in recent years. So Liverpool winning the title last year disappeared for a little bit in terms of watching stuff. Do you know what the thing that really I find is frustrating? Like the teams win, and that's that. You know, for me, the best team always wins the Premier League every year. That's the fact. I've always gone by that sort of basis. And congratulations to whoever wins it. And then you can play. But every team who wins it suddenly has to have the best ever debate, or they're better than this team.
yeah.
Like, I get you've won the title, but you now can't rewrite the whole history of all the teams who've ever won the title as well. This is your year. It doesn't mean that every year is your year.
Yeah.
If you get that sort of, it's the best era. It's the, it's got Chris in behind, not quite. We've got 5 minutes.
That's why I asked them sort of questions when it comes to people saying things like Leeds being a massive team.
Why? So Arteta's leaving the ball to go through between his legs, and then suddenly turns around and charges to go as if he's chasing the ball. What is the point of those two actions being next to each other? You either get the ball or you just leave it. What is Arteta infuriates me.
Shoddy.
Oh, I don't.
Why Arsenal subs are so close to the pitch? They need to get out of the way.
Arteta, what is this? What is this?
He needs to get him in line. Martin Keown won't mention that in the after commentary, will he?
No, they absolutely played fantastic. Oh, they were terrific.
It'll be in the documentary, though.
Sorry, it still hurts me that Keane wasn't in ours for the 99 season.
Goal kick. Time is running out. So, Chris, have we got our wall charts ready for the World Cup? I don't have a wall chart. I might have to get one for work. But
I was watching a friend of mine, George, play football, like management sort of card, old 80s style card game, and it's called Nutmeg. And the way they display the table is the old wall chart style.
Oh, class!
But it's got like the top 4 divisions in as well. Oh, it was like, your absolute heritage. But you start in like the early 1980s. You start in like the 1980s, and then you go all the way through to the year 2000. So you'll get like Maradona and people like that coming in, and it's Then like, he signed Rijkaard last night, and it was just like, so good. As he was managing Colchester to the Division 1 title.
Dreams.
Can't beat the ones where you get all the cards out and you've got the names on the side. You've got to put them in order.
Magazine.
That's literally what the league table is. How that appears on the thing.
Class.
I love it. It's proper nostalgia.
I remember when I was younger, there was a thing where people used to do like postage ones, where they'd someone would create it all, and you'd have to post some stuff, and they'd be doing transfers, and it was all done like via the post. You'd get like a letter in the post with like who's been injured for your team that week. It must have cost people a fortune in like stamps sending this stuff back and forth pre-email.
It's mental when you think 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, that it's teletext or some random chat like session online.
You'd be watching this on teletext, just flicking through the last couple of minutes to see whether there'd be a goal or not. It's looking like, it's going to be Arsenal in the final. They're all on the side of the pitch, ready to. This season for Arsenal may end up with all the drama, all the stress, massively pole position in the Premier League, looking like they're in the Champions League final, unless
there's a final twist.
There's a twist of fate. Simeone's got one more thing up his sleeve. Shankman, the rains of the heavens has fallen down. Soulof's been awful since he's come on. Sorry, but he has. Absolutely dreadful.
That's why I was surprised he took Alvarez off, because I thought if there's a guy who's going to be able to hold the ball up and get people involved, it'd be him.
Here we go. Can't get the ball
Here
back.
we go. This is where it kicks off.
Yellow card for you. Yellow card for you. You can have one as well. Calafiori's been booked on the bench. He's taking a throw in and Arteta's in his way. What is going on? The guy in this guy, the fourth official's got absolutely no control down here. People everywhere. Oh, it's kicked off. It's kicked off. Simeone, is it? No, it's Simeone's sidekick. Was going at Arteta, I think. What was that about? Calafiori. He's going to get sent off and miss the final if he's not careful.
Which would be quite funny. They're going to celebrate this as if they've actually won the thing, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, this is like this, yeah.
That's it.
Arsenal have made the Champions League final. "20 years on." Intriguing. Intriguing.
Yep. Very interesting. Coming to a final near you. Arsenal versus Bayern or PSG.
This is a TBC.
When is the Champions League final? What is the date of that?
It's usually, they do it on a Saturday night now.
Yeah, it's usually like very late. Yeah, it's the 30th of May.
30th of May.
That can't be right. 5 o'clock?
No.
What?
5 o'clock?
That's what it says.
What sort of nonsense is that? It isn't all.
It isn't all.
It isn't all. It isn't all. Scotland Curaçao's on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon as well. International friendly.
Oh,
5 o'clock.
get me signed up.
What is that all about?
Well,
That is it.
I was going to suggest a watch long for the final, but if it's at 5 o'clock, it's past my bedtime.
5 o'clock's a challenge. 7 o'clock would have been doable. 5 o'clock's a challenge.
Yeah, but you've got to say congratulations to Arsenal for getting in the final. I think,
Yeah.
you know.
I think they edged that, to be honest. They
They deserved it based on that.
They
I think
didn't
they were the
really.
better team. Atletico didn't really lay a glove on them. I don't think there was really any moments where I thought, oh, here's a turning point here. I said it like, I think it was like the 70th minute. I didn't think Atletico were going to get anything at that point because they didn't really lay a glove on them. And that's probably the most disappointing performance I've seen of Atletico this season. And I've watched them quite a bit. And they've beat Barca 4-0. They've beat Barca 2-0 in the Champions League away. I thought they might come at them with a bit more gumption, but yeah, wasn't to be. And Arsenal controlled it. They did what they've done all season, really. Got ahead and controlled it pretty well. So fair play to them.
That's it. It wasn't to be, as you said. Like that's just not that same threat that we saw out of Atleti. I mean, Arsenal are going to get accused of over celebrating here, aren't they? By the way, watching this, you can just see all the pundits coming out already. If they lose in the final, these images are going to get replayed and replayed. But I can understand it. 20 years, they've had so much pressure on them this season to get to the Champions League final, having been kind of nowhere near it for years, and then semi last year.
Yep. Yeah.
Does the Champions League come into play with Arteta and the questions surrounding his job, or do you think that's down to also the Premier League title?
I think it's Premier League, and I think it's all in the Premier League at the minute. If he wins the Premier League, whatever happens in the Champions League, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I think if he doesn't win the Premier League and then subsequently doesn't win the Champions League, I think bye-bye. I think if he wins one or the other, I think he's fine. Because it's Champions League, they've never won it. So first in the club's history, and it's the first big title that he's won with them. So it'll be, right, we've got over the line one of the big ones. Premier League, they obviously haven't won it for 20 plus years. And it's the one that they've all been wanting that's what they're building towards for the past 4 or 5 years, really, and have come close, but not done anything really to get anywhere near over the line. So yeah, I think it's one of these two, and I think that'll be him, say, for the next season. But if they somehow drop it from here and don't win either of them, I think it would be
hilarious.
But I also think it would be a very interesting conversation of so close, but yet so far again.
He's got to win a trophy. That was the thing from the start of the season. And the reality is that I think even if there's still a narrative if it was the League Cup, even to a slight point the FA Cup. But these are the big two. These are the biggest prizes that you can win, and it's just for all the criticism he gets and the way that Arsenal play, etc. The proof's in the pudding, and if they get over the line, as you said, it's going to take something colossal now in the Premier League. I'm saying it's impossible, but this is it. The next 4 games that they've got will define it. But I mean, yeah, if you get a scenario where they lose both, the narrative's going to be I mean, imagine the Premier League goes bad and then PSG do what they did to Inter Milan in the final. That would be insane. But I just think I think what you see there seems to when I saw them play against Fulham as well at the weekend. Fulham were poor. Just seems to be the belief has come through them a little bit more. There's that. There's not many more chances to mess it up now. Like they can get over the line, and City, as we saw yesterday. And I've been saying this, they're not a guarantee that they're going to win every game. They really aren't a guarantee. Still,
I think Sunday is the big one. Sunday is the big one. If they drop points at West Ham, I think that's
which they did before. West Ham is one of their graveyards. Yeah.
West Ham can turn up and give them a game, and they've got obviously their own fight with Spurs. And like Dan says, they've got a point to prove with the last performance as well, and I think they could cause Arsenal some problems, especially at their home ground. It's not done yet.
It's not done yet. There's still a lot to cross. There's still a lot to get across. We could still get a scenario where Tottenham manage to somehow find their way up and will be elated about it, and then Harry Kane goes and stops Arsenal in the final. Or we could get a scenario where Tottenham go down and then Arsenal win the Premier League and the Champions League.
It's all to play for.
All to play for North London. He should nick someone's scarf. Yuck, you can buy one of those, Bakayo. Come on.
Probably don't have to buy them. You can probably just get it for free.
It's true. Wow. There we go. We've watched it along. It is Arsenal in the final. You've seen it with us. Thank you for being with us. We've loved chatting with you, all the joys. Hope you've enjoyed the new graphic at the bottom for the watch along. Grimmy very much has. I loved every time I've mentioned it. Dan just loves it. Just cannot get enough of the graphic.
Pure elation.
Pure elation. He's Victor Gyökeres, isn't it? Nick Simon.
That'll be me on the final.
Well, indeed.
You said it's too late for the final. That'll be you, and that'll be your sleeping mask, won't it?
It's how you sleep. Elbows locked. Sleeping position assumed.
It's like, will you just?
Well, you just calm it down. But there we go. We've done it all, so we can sort of take that off. And look, these are where you can find people on the screen. So, Grimmy, it's been a pleasure watching football again with you. Where can everybody find you than your wonderful internet presence?
Okay, didn't know where you were going with that. I'm Grimmy16 on Twitter, Saint Grimmy on YouTube, and on Whatnot when I'm selling my cards. If anyone's interested in sports cards or anything like that, and then I'm also part of a network save on Football Manager, which just started up last week. I'm not streaming it at the moment, but there may come a time where I do stream. But I'll tweet it out when it is being streamed by the various parties. Currently starting out in Portugal, so there's 3 of us in the save. I am Benfica. Gavin
Jose
is Sporting, and Sean is Porto. And basically, the challenge is to win 5 leagues across different countries. So basically, when one of us wins the league here, one of us picks the next league to move on to, and then the other 2 have to win Portugal and then move on to the next league. And basically, it's the first of the 5 leagues and who can win that challenge, basically. So if you want to check that out, keep an eye on the Twitter, and I'll let you know when we're going to be streaming it next.
And Grimmy and his 5 league challenge. There you go. You can update us through the World Cup as well, Grimmy, as to how things are taking over after Jose Mourinho at Benfica. I'm sure it'll be a happy dressing room for you there to inherit. That is no doubt about it. And Dan, what about you and your internet presence and giving us all the news on who the new Burnley man is going to be?
You can catch us at Turf Moorhouse, doing a lot of stuff during the summer, and it's going to be a bit of a merry-go-round. Like I say, managers to come in, potential sporting director, changing of squads. It's going to be lots of incomings, lots of outgoings. I expect to have my hands are going to be sore with a lot of editing over this summer. But yeah, keep in touch and check us out there.
Indeed, lots of ins and outs of Burnley. Maybe a lamb chowder or 2 on sale as well.
You never know. You never know.
And you can catch me at Sam Absolute FBL, where there will be some World Cup content coming on my YouTube channel very soon. It's been quiet over there, but I have done some bits, started to prepare some stuff yesterday. So in a couple of weeks, hopefully be out with the first groups. And I can reveal that Group C is the first one because it's got Brazil in it. It's got Morocco in it.
But that's not the first letter.
Yeah, but Grimmy, sometimes you've just got to go crazy. And that's what
no, you don't know me. Not know me.
I've gone absolutely crazy, and we're going for Group C. Bit of Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. Exciting times. But you can also catch, where are my socials? There's somewhere here. The podcast, the Absolute Football Podcast. That's what we do. That is what we do. We have 4 live shows still currently because the season is still going. The Absolutely Non-League show yesterday covering the semi-finals of the playoffs. The National League North and South. And this weekend, the day for Dale. We've got the National League final playoff. It is Rochdale taking on Boreham Wood. And then we've got Joe's Torquay playing as well this weekend for opportunities for promotions. Exciting, but you can catch them talking about it last night. It's on the channel. And they will be back next week talking about those playoff finals. And maybe finally, Shaw will get a moment and they'll get across the line. Hendo last minute winner. I'm saying it here.
Written in the stars.
I've been saying it for 18 months. Playoff final winner. It's coming. It's just a matter of time. And we've almost reached the pinnacle of that. On a Tuesday, you can catch us the Absolutely Premier League show. I think next week we're going to be back with the regular show because we're going to cover what's been going on in the Premier League over the last few weeks, and I think we've got to watch along in a couple of weeks because it's Chelsea Spurs, which might have an exciting twinge to it with the relegation battle. We'll see what happens. That's Tuesdays at 8:30. Tomorrow and Wednesday is the Absolutely Women's Football show with Freya, Paul, and the team talking everything WSL. WSL 2 as well, with that exciting end. Not so great for Graham, sadly, for Charlton, but Birmingham and Crystal Palace. Very excited with that. That will be talked about tomorrow. And on Thursday, Rowdy Rabble. They're still going as well because it is playoffs in the EFL, in Championship League 1 and League 2. They're going to review the final day in the playoffs coming up and who they think is going to go up to the Premier League, Championship and League 1. So that is it. That is the Premier League. That is the non-league. That is the women's football. That is the lower league EFL show, do it all. And soon, Grimmy, we're going to be doing a World Cup, aren't we? Are we doing a World Cup?
We sure are, baby.
Unbelievable.
There's going to be some late nights on that one, let me tell you. Dan will be there for all of them. Woo!
I'll be giving
it. Not ready for these discussions at 4 a.m. Not ready for it, that is for sure. But thank you,
when I'm 5 cans of Monster cans deep, we'll know what energy looks like. Believe you me.
Grimmy's knees deep in his multi-bag of monsters. It will be
full on Stone Cold it.
It will be the dream. But thank you everybody for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy the football. We'll catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.